Congratulations on being newly listed on the CSE.
Thank you for tuning into another newly listed on the CSE clip. Today is a special day. We are talking to Dr. Tamir Gedo. He is the CEO of a company based out of Israel called Beyond Oil. Of course, trades on the CSE. The symbol is BOIL. Dr. Gedo, thank you so much for your time. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So, obviously, we had a chance to do a virtual market open. We spoke to your team. It was well attended, but I'm sure our viewers are curious about the company called Beyond Oil. What is it that you do? What is the vision here?
The vision is very simple. Most of the food which we are consuming is processed food, and most of the food is basically being fried in oil, in deep oil. It can be sunflower, canola, it can be different kind of edible oils, but there is one commonality. This oil, when you are frying it, the food in it, basically you see aggregation of free fatty acid. Free fatty acid is the source of all our problems when we eat food, because this is the cause of diabetes, this is the cause of obesity, strokes, heart attacks, and many other problems which we suffer because of the soul food which we are eating, the fried food. Basically, our molecule is designed and developed in order to extract all the free fatty acid in the frying oil and to reduce it to almost zero percentage. That means that we have three attributes to the food industry. The first attribute is that we can reduce the amount of free fatty acid to almost zero, which is almost 10x less than the current situation. And obviously the implication on health issues is tremendous. The second attribute is that the industry will reduce the amount of frying oil by 400%. You can extend the life shelves of the oil by 400%. And this is in these troubling times when the price of oil is so high, it's a lifesaver to the industry. The third attribute is the ESG. The fact that you can reduce by 400% the amount of oil which we are frying means that you can reduce the amount of refineries process, you can reduce the amount of forest which is cut all over the world. And this industry is a very pollutive one. And by helping it, basically you can reduce the amount of pollution by 50%. And this is something which will help tremendous to our environment. So those are the three attributes. Obviously, we are starting to sell our products in less than 6 months into the food restaurants, into different chains. And this is the first stepping stone. The second implication will be to use it in all the production facilities worldwide, which are using oil as processed food.
Real world problem that you're bringing solutions to.
Yeah, correct.
Thanks for that sort of breakdown. I'm sure our viewers can go to your website and read more about it. But I have a question for you. Now, you're obviously based in Israel. What was the strategy behind going public and going public in Canada on the CSE?
First of all, North America is the biggest market in the world. And for us, it was a natural evolution to move to the North American markets. And we thought that going to the States, going to NASDAQ is too soon for us. And we thought as a stepping stone, the next will be Canada, which is much more accepting, much more accommodating, much more friendly. It's like the small, more friendly brother, which will help us to go all the way and to open the markets in North America. If you are a company which is born in Israel, which is basically a petite market, you need to think from the outset to move outside. And the two options are obviously either United States or Canada. And we thought that it would be much easier for us to go to an exchange, which would be more receptive and more understanding of the entrepreneurship issues, which maybe will get lost in translation when you go to a much higher exchange.
That's a great strategy. Now, I want to talk a little bit about your background. Obviously, we'll start with yourself, but I'm sure you've got some key team members who are, very important to your success. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into this, and then maybe some of your strategic key team members.
So I'm originally, I was incepted in the pharmaceutical industry many years ago. As you can see, I'm a dinosaur. So I started in the mid-20th century almost. And most of my professional career was in big pharmaceutical companies, developing drugs and doing business development for those multinationals. When I encountered this technology, actually, I met Pinchas, which is the founder of the company. It was actually on another note because this formulation, this molecule, which is extracting the free fatty acid, actually originally started as a molecule, as an organic molecule for the pharmaceutical industry. It started from a real problem which the founder actually had, which was reflux esophagitis, which is a known problem. And none of the drugs actually were helping him. So he was working in the lab for many years in order to find a solution to his miseries. And then accidentally, like all good things can happen, when he was trying to integrate it in a drug delivery system, which was based on oil, he found that when he's throwing the molecule into oil, it extracts all the free fatty acids. And then obviously, the rest is history, as they said. So all the team members are coming from the pharma industry. So we are bringing, the very thorough R&D methodology from pharma and implementing it in the food industry.
I'm not sure if you have any sort of competitors in this space, but if you do, what differentiates a company and team like Beyond Oils from some of your peers in this space?
So luckily for us, we don't have any competition at this point, and hopefully we won't have any competition in the near future. We have granted patents in the United States and basically worldwide on this technology for another 20 years. This is the first innovation in this industry for many years. I met a couple of industry leaders, owners of big food chains, which are immersed and know the technology of filter in frying food. And they didn't believe when we started to pitch the technology, because they said, listen, we are in this industry 40 years, some of us, we never saw any real innovation in this business. This is as you remember, James said that, he worked in this industry like a couple of decades ago, and he was keen to see some innovation. And we are bringing high-tech innovation in a very low-tech environment. So it's the most easiest sell I ever encounter. Usually you are fighting against all the world and you have like 20 competitors in the best case scenario. This time I'm fighting, it's like golf. We are fighting against ourselves.
That's a great battle to be in.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
Well, we always say, as you begin trading, your first day of trading is actually the beginning of the starting point. You're actually just starting the race from then on. So, as you move into the trade, like the public markets world, are there any milestones that you're able to talk about that our viewers and investors can look from you and your team in the coming months?
So this company is not a regular R&D company. We just started and has like another 5 years of development. We finished the development stage. We are almost good to go commercially. We received clearance from the FDA just a couple of days ago. Basically that means that we are in the final steps of commercializing our molecule, which means, that this is not development anymore. This is just, packaging and logistics and all those kind of things. And on the last quarter of this year, we are going to start selling this product worldwide. We are going to put most of our attention in North America, which is the biggest market in the world. But obviously, we'll try to spread from North America to other jurisdictions in the future.
We look forward to your success in the coming months and years. Now, where can our viewers go? Obviously to read up on the company, find more details on the technology. I encourage everyone to sign up for your newsletter so you can keep up with press releases. But where can they go to find more information?
So the website beyondoil.co is the primary place. And as you rightly said, we are going to work on news releases, and we are going to work on the usual way to channel our investors. But the website is the place to start.
Excellent. I encourage everyone to go take a look at that. To everyone watching, I'm Anil Mall. I represent the Canadian Securities Exchange, and you have been listening to this short conversation with Dr. Tamir Gedo. He is the CEO of Beyond Oil, which has begun trading on the CSE under the symbol BOIL. Dr. Gedo, thank you so much for your time. I look forward to hosting you on again to talk about some more of your successes as you move forward and begin trading. But again, I do appreciate you taking the time to not only educate myself about this real world problem, but talk to our viewers about how a company and team like Beyond Oil is bringing solutions to this space.
Thank you very much, Anil. It was a pleasure, and I'm really looking forward to the rest of our journey together.
Perfect. Thank you for your time.